All right, so this is for Sagittarius to understand Sagittarius as a whole. So Sagittarius is born out of the ninth house because it's the ninth zodiac out of the 12 zodiacs. So the ninth house deals with traveling and wisdom, philosophy, um, deeper or meaning to things, or seeing the deeper meaning of things, higher education and experience, expansion. This is stuff that deals with the ninth house. So yeah, Sagittarius being the ninth planet has carries these attributes. So the ruling planet of Sagittarius is Jupiter, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, success, of experience, but spontaneity, and shit like that, and higher learning and shit like that, knowledge, wisdom. So you put that in the ninth house, or combine that with the ninth house. That is having experience or craving the desire for experience, for higher knowledge, seeking out these things, um, wanting higher meaning out of things and shit like that. Uh, Wanting the adventure so you can learn, taking out experience and learn and grow from it, expansion. So great, becoming bigger than what you were before. So the doesn't have any exaltation, but it's opposed to Mercury, which kind of makes sense based on what I just explained, because Mercury is the planet of thinking and communication. And when you're from a place of experience, thinking and communicating gets a little more futile, because if you've been doing your job for a long time, you kind of stop thinking about it and you become more anonymous and shit like that, or you can lose sight. When you're pushing out, you're not really taking in as much, which is all that Sagittarius wants. Taking in, really observing more than pushing out. But don't get it twisted, because even when something is opposed, or when a planet is opposed within a sign, opposes a sign, it means that it brings special attention to the attributes of that planet. It doesn't mean that you don't receive those energies. It means that um, more focus is being brought onto them because of their opposition. So a Sagittarius will run into things in their life, or people, places, and things and situations in their life that would bring focus into thinking and communicating. So they're going to be in situations where they're going to have to think harder. You can't be as spontaneous. You're going to have to pick out the little details of things, and you can't just do what you want to do. You're going to have to communicate and let people know what's going on and things like that. You're going to be running into more situations like that within your life, or those are situations that are going to be your teacher, basically. And the whole teaching spirit comes from Sagittarius, or the ninth house. Philosophy, religion. A lot of your religious leaders are Sagittarius. A lot of, because religion worships fire, or not religion necessarily. I would say religion in general, but I'm more so talking about Christianity. But religion in general, all of them are worshiping sun gods. They just call them by different names. Jesus is worshiping the sun. You go to Egypt, you get Amun Ra. You get with Krishna, and even when you get to Islam, Muhammad was more of a real person that was idealized or mystified, but was a real person within the world. But same thing with Jesus, but that was his name. But I'm not gonna get too deep into that. But that realm of thought, that kind of stuff deals with the ninth house. That deals with Sagittarius. Um, that's the philosopher spirit, but that also turns into or could turn into ego in a way, or a god complex, thinking that you see everything. But that leads us into the element, because it's mutable fire. So it being mutable fire, its modality being mutable. So there's three states an element can be in. It can be in cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Cardinal, fixed, yeah. So just like how in science there's three states of matter: gas, solid, and liquid, right? So cardinal would be gas, fixed would be solid, and mutable would be liquid. So what is the attributes of liquid? You know, it's fluid. It takes the shape and form of whatever container that you put it in. It's fuck. It's more adaptable. It's flexible, right? And then it's mutable fire. So it's being flexible and adaptable and going with the flow with what you see and feel. That's how where that philosopher and then the higher learning energy comes from it being mutable fire. So you would be looking at other people, or looking at other things, or your sight and what you bring meaning to and feel things is pushed out. That's how you have the philosophical, is you be thinking deeply about certain things of the world, or trying to attach meaning or find the deeper meaning, the hidden meaning of things in the world, so that you can expand yourself. And this is not on, like, not every Sagittarius is going to be preachers and shit like that, or be heavy into religion, even though that's something that you would see. But that can branch off into many different things. You try and bring meaning to it. Can be a basketball player, and the way they just look at basketball, it's like, nigga, it's like basketball ain't that serious and shit like that. But they be finding all of the meaning and the philosophical sides of it, and how basketball can build ethics and discipline and shit like that. They be finding the deeper meaning of it, or and they be expressing it through how they see it. Be like, look at the, not how they see it, but how it plays out through other people. They'll be like, look at LeBron, look at them, and for their examples, because of it being mutable, or it's people give them that meaning, or the outside world is what gives them that meaning, because they're spread out. Their sight is not set on one thing. They want to see the meaning in the broader spectrum of things, of everything on a higher level. No planet falls here or is exalted here. It's just Jupiter ruling it. So it's all about expansion, all about seeing the deeper meaning of things, or attaching meanings to things. Jay-Z's a fucking Sagittarius. Hove. J-Hove. And this is where you get the God complex. He talks about God. As what's the line? Never pray to God or pray to Goddy. What's that? In the evils? That God complex. Look at the what Jupiter is. Jupiter is the Roman god. No, that's Zeus. Jupiter is Zeus, the god of Olympus. So that's where that God complex comes from. Especially when you're all about it, expanding. You don't need to expand in every area in life. Not everything has deeper meaning to shit. Some things are just what the fuck it is. Not everything. Some things are just surface level. So you can't attach deeper meaning to everything. And then this is where an indulging spirit can come through with these energies too, because you can experience too much of a certain thing. You can take something too far, or take it, be too adventurous, or dive too deep into something like that. But it also can give you a broader perspective of things that are going on within the world, and a way to communicate that to other people, because you're seeing how it spreads out and affects other people. So that's kind of Sagittarius in a nutshell, or the energies of Sagittarius in a nutshell.